This is Karen back with Crafts by KMW for part 3 of my entire coloring book collection video series. So there are 2 previous videos that are already up on my channel. So this one covers the rest of the books that I have. And again, I estimated that I have about 150 to 175. It may actually be a little lower, maybe around 130, 135, but regardless of the number, I have a lot. So I'm going to share with you the last bunch of books that I have. And again, I did this so you might see some books that you would like that you don't already have. And so you can purchase them and color in them, because that's the whole idea of coloring, to enjoy it, have fun, and to find books that you would like to color in. So I'm going to start with 2 large scale books. I believe these are about 11 by 14. So this is Color Quest Animals. So this one is a color by number. I have 2 other Color Quest books. And so these books have a key on the left side and then shapes that you color in. So this one is all squares. This one is different shapes, sort of rectangles and trapezoids. This one is made of all hexagons. And then you reveal the picture when you finish coloring. So here is a sheet of the thumbnails of all the pictures that are in this book. So this one has all animals. So there's a tiger, a peacock, a snail, butterfly. There's a dog, a lion, walrus, chameleon, all different animals from all different environments. They're really beautiful, nice large scale. You color in the whole entire area, and they're really nice when they are finished. They take a really long time. I am working on one of them now, I think the chameleon, and I haven't worked on it in a long time, but I probably have a third of it completed. So they take a long time to color, but they're gorgeous when they are finished. And then this is the original Color Quest book. So same thing, it has the grid, and then it gives you the color key on the left side. I actually went through and wrote what all the pictures were, so I know when I'm coloring them. And the key, I think the key in this one is in the front. So I have already colored this one, and I don't have it in the book anymore, but I'm working on another one, and I have it partially done. I think it is this tiger here. And so here's the page that I've started. I haven't worked on it in a long time, but these take an incredibly long time to complete. You have to be very precise coloring in the shape, and it just takes a really long time. They're gorgeous when they're done, but they take a long time. So fun book if you have the patience. I will go back to it at one time soon. All right, so let me just focus in here. So this is called Day-Long Obsessions. Revisit the art of the masters from Van Gogh to Paul Klee to Katsushika Hokusai. Experience their art by recreating masterpieces in your colors. So these are all masterpieces that were created by famous artists. And on the back of the previous page, you have a partial picture of the scene and then what it is and a little bit about it. So I like this. I have another one that I showed, I believe, in video 2. And it allows you to color in masterpieces in your own colors and in a very simplified form. If you were to try to copy the masterpiece, I mean, look at this one. There's like no way that you could copy that. But here you can color it and get the same effect. So really, really like this book. I will get to it eventually, but that's a fun book. So this one is Modern Witch coloring book for adults. So this one I bought from Amazon not too long ago. I think I bought it in the summer. So I just thought this one had some really cool illustrations. I wouldn't consider myself totally into, you know, witchy or that kind of mysticism or anything, but I just liked some of the illustrations in here. I thought they were neat. Some are on black background, some are on white. I really like this one, for example. I like this one. So just a fun book with some different types of illustrations. So this is a Colorless Kingdom Volume 2 by Chris Ortega. There are 30 pages in this book. So this is a Gothic design book. So if you're into that, this is a really beautiful book to get. The illustrations are just gorgeous. Really detailed and intricate, but not too detailed and intricate where they become overwhelming or you feel like you can't color it. Just really, really cool. If you like Gothic, this is a really lovely book to get. I love this page. This will be the first page I color in this book. I really, really like Day of the Dead makeups. And then you get a thumbnail in the beginning of the book, pages of all of the illustrations that are in there. So next is the Big Book of Halloween and Autumn Coloring Book by Molly Harrison. This one has 100 pages, and this is a combination of all of her books. So it includes pages from her Halloween fantasy coloring book, her Halloween and Autumn coloring book, and her Halloween coloring book, and her Autumn fantasy coloring book. So if you have any of those, you'll be getting double pages. But this one, all one-sided, and again, just beautiful images, all Halloween and fall inspired. The paper is pretty nice. It's not super thick. I would think if you want to use wet media, you could, or you could cover it with gesso, and that would strengthen the paper. I really like this one. Again, Day of the Dead makeup, which I really like. So just really whimsical, fun. You'll see some of these I've colored some elements in. Just started working on it a little bit. And this one is a page that I'm actually working on. I just think it's so cute. So, fun book if you like Halloween and fall pages. So this is Millie Murata's Wildlife Wonders. I just bought this a week ago. I got this from Michael's. And so this has a gathering of pictures from various books of hers. I'm not sure if I can quickly find out what books. So Animal Kingdom, Tropical World, Wild Savannah, Curious Creatures, Beautiful Birds and Treetop Treasures. Those are all the books that she pulled from to make this book. So as all Millie Murata books they are double-sided. So I read the introduction, and this book has favorite pictures that people really love coloring in all the books. So she chose some of the most popular illustrations from those various books. Some are double-sided, some are single-sided. So if you're a Millie fan and you have lots of her books, you might want to get this one to get a second illustration of a second copy of many of the illustrations. You can do them again in different colors or with different mediums, whatever you like. So this next one is Nature Mandalas by Coloring Meditation by Mel Pomeni, and I cannot pronounce her last name, so I'm not going to do it because I will butcher it. But this is a book that I'm actually currently coloring in. I am coloring in it mostly with gel pen. I bought a set of, I think there's 280 gel pens in there, so I really want to use them. And I thought that this book would be perfect because the illustrations are very detailed and have lots of small spaces that are perfect for pens. So this book is just gorgeous. I do not like mandalas really. I don't think I have any mandala books other than this one. And I will probably buy her new one. There's a new release on the horizon. I definitely will buy that one too. Hers are just special. I like how they're not totally 100% symmetrical on all sides, so it gives them a little bit of interest. Just really beautiful. So here are some of the pages that I've colored. So this one is all gel pens and chalk for the background. Here's another one. This one isn't totally finished. All gel pen and chalk for the background. You may not be able to see it, but there's clouds made with a stencil in the background of this one. And then I've done the intro pages. So really love this book. I'm going to be coloring every single page in it. The next one is Gentle Nature. This one does not really have an illustrator. I don't really know who created this book or made the illustrations. The pictures are in a sepia tone. The book is, I would estimate, about 8 by 8, so it's a smaller book. It's very similar to grayscale, but in sepia. So there's a lot of shading. I'm thinking that this book took works that were already created in color and then photographed them and made them into a coloring book. That's kind of the feel that I get. But the illustrations are really super cute. As you can see, I've started doing some of them, coloring in the hair and such. This one I've started. So they're really fun, whimsical, very pretty, flowery. So, all right, so here are the rest of my Inklings books. So this is Inklings 2 by Tanya Bond. And so again, each illustration is titled. This one is called Outsiders. They're all one-sided. Love her illustrations. They're so quirky and beautiful and fun and interesting. Really lovely. And then here is the other one I have. This is Astro Inklings. This is a Zodiac coloring book. So this one has all of the signs of the Zodiac. So this is Gemini. This is my sign. I'll probably color that first. This is Virgo, Leo, really pretty. I think I have one more somewhere in this pile that I have. Yeah, it's coming up. So this is one that I bought sort of on a whim. I actually saw this in another colorist video where she was showing her coloring book stash. And I just thought it looked fun and easy and not very complicated. So I picked it up. This is Color by Colors Spring. And I got this from Amazon. So in the beginning, it gives you the color palette, and this is for every page, so it doesn't change. I like that. That way you can color like all the peach and all the pages if you want one day or whatever. It doesn't change. So they are all outlined. And this is one that I finished. This is done with markers. So I didn't do any shading or anything, just colored in the shapes. And then it gives you the colors that you use for this picture from the color palette on the left. I think I've done at least one other one in here. So here's another one I did with crayons. These are all spring themed, very sweet, cute illustrations. So here's another one I did in markers. Very relaxing. I was able to color each of these, I think, in an hour. So it's just a different kind of book, just really easy. And then here's the last Inklings book that I have. This is Inklings 3. Now you'll see a lot colored in all these on these pages because I colored the skins and hair on a lot of them. And I used chalk pastels to color in all the elements that are colored on these pages. So it's only chalk pastel. And again, these are named. So this one I have a lot done on. This is Princess Luna. This one's The Land of the Dragons. Really like this one. I'm going to do, this one's colored. I colored him in marker, and I'm going to add on top with colored pencil. So this is a really neat, again, just fun, whimsical, really fantasy-like book. Very beautiful. So this is the first of a few Selena Fenwick books I have. This one is Night Magic, Gothic, and Halloween coloring book. Beautiful illustrations, one-sided. The title of the illustration is on the page previous. So this one is called Castle of the Wolf. This one is called Dark Moon. This one is Where Magic Lives, like this one because of the cat. This is Autumn Magic, Shades, Dark Angel. And this one I'm almost finished with. This is done with pencils, chalk, and marker. I have to add the detail in her dress. This one I did start. Really nice book, beautiful illustrations. And then this is the Gothic Dark Fantasy coloring book by Selena Fenwick. I have a few started in this book as well. And then you get a second set of pages in this book. So these are gorgeous. Very Gothic. If you like the Gothic style, this book will really appeal to you. That one I started. This is one I'm working on as well. Really beautiful. All right, so now I have some Spectrum Noir Colorista coloring books. These are small coloring books. I got these on HSN, and they came with a starter set of the Spectrum Noir Colorista alcohol markers. So this one is Butterfly Garden. So this has all pages to do with butterflies. These are, you may not be able to see it, but these are outlined in a metallic, and it's raised so you can feel it. So it's almost like you used the glaze Sakura jelly roll markers. So you get that raised feel, and some are in gold and some are in silver. And these are small. These are, I think, like 4x6, and they're actually cards, so a little bit thicker, so you can use whatever medium you want on them. So that's the Butterfly Garden. This one is in full bloom. A lot of different illustrations on that one. And then this one is Inspiring Sentiments. So this one is like florals and different design backgrounds with words on the front. So these, I'm not sure you can get those on Amazon. I think you could get those from Spectrum Noir. They're based in England, or HSN. Maybe eBay too. This one is called Magical Cats by Barron's. So this is a flip up book. So I love cats, and so this has all different types of illustrations of cats. Some whimsical, some very detailed, some not, in different environments, just the head, full body, all different types of illustrations of cats. So if you like cats, that might be one you might want to get. This one is called Wow, Angie's Extreme Coloring Books, Volume 1 by Angie Grace. This one I did get on Amazon. So this one is full of patterns. Just random patterns to color. This is kind of a small book. I would estimate it's about 8 by 8. This next one is Peaceful Paisleys. There's 31 in here, and this is a studio series by Peter Popper Press. So this is all Paisleys. The paper is really nice. It's nice and thick. It's a cardstock. So this has all different renderings of paisleys with flowers or other types of doodles and designs. Lovely book. If you like paisleys, that's a nice one to get. This one is called Back in Black. This is a reverse coloring book, again by Peter Popper Press. This has 31 illustrations, same thick stock, and these are all on black. So these are meant to be colored in, where you color in the white lines. I imagine if you had certain types of markers or colored pencils that will color on black, you could color over the black parts. I think you could definitely do that, but you would need markers or something that would color on top of black. So this is one that I started to color. I have metallic markers that I used. And then this one is Celtic Designs, again by Peter Popper Press, 31 pictures, same paper. I'm Irish, so I wanted to get a book of Celtic designs. I think I have a couple. I may have one more. So this one has all Celtic designs. So this is one that I colored all in marker. So here's another Posh coloring book that I have. I have the Posh Kittens and Cats one that I showed in the previous video, part 2, I believe. So this is Happy Doodles for Fun and Relaxation by Flora Chang. So this is a small book, about 6 by 8 in my estimation, double-sided, and it just has very whimsical, fun designs of people, animals, patterns, just all different cool stuff. Birds, cats. There's pretty much everything in here. I really like this one. I love these birds with the big eyes. This looks very country-ish or Americana to me. I really like this illustration too. Next is Gustav Klimt, Make Your Own Art Masterpiece by David Jones and Daisy Seal. And this I showed in the previous video. I have one of another artist, and so this is my second one. This is Gustav Klimt. I love his artwork. So it gives you the illustration, and then on the back of the previous page, you get a little bit of it so you can see the colors that are used, and then the name of the artwork and when it was created and how big and all that stuff. So I really love his artwork. Most of these were created in the late 1800s, early 1900s. So they have a very different look to them. This is The Kiss, one of my favorite paintings of all time. I love this. I've done a diamond painting of The Kiss. I have coloring books. I printed a coloring page of it. Love that. And then this is Worlds Within Worlds by Kirby Rosannes. Love, love, love this book. I've not started it, but I'm working on Mythic World right now. And so Mythic Worlds, excuse me. I really want to finish that book first, or at least most of it. So I'm not working on this one, but this is one that I will be working on very soon. Absolutely love this book. So you have a world and then another world within it. So here you have a like spring Japanese garden world within a world of a snow cube or snowball. Here you have an animal. I'm not sure if this is a deer or an addax. And then there's a little world of a village in here. Just so creative and inspiring. The paper's great on these books. They're very intricate, highly designed, but they come out gorgeous when you color them. Next is Our Beautiful World, color by numbers. So this is one where it has lots of pictures depicting scenes from around the world, different habitats, different environments, different people. And this is all color by number. So at the back, you have the color palette, which tells you what number each color is, and it's the same on every page. And then here is a thumbnail of what the pictures will look like finished. So there's a little smattering of everything. Really, really beautiful. And then next is Harry Potter Coloring Wizardry book. I really like this book. I love Harry Potter. I've seen all the movies, read all the books. I have not colored in this book yet, but I definitely will. It is double-sided. The paper's pretty good. It's a large scale book. I want to say 11 by 11. I would say either 10 by 10 or 11 by 11. But nice, thick, black lines featuring all the characters, different scenes. I really like this one. I love how it shows the three main characters. all the iconic places. So if you like Harry Potter, this is a cool one to get. This is Steampunk Darlings by Hannah Lynn. I have, I think, 2 or 3 other books of hers. So she gives 2 copies of each page in this book, and they are all exactly the same. So you get 2 of the exact same page. And I love them. All her beautiful characters in steampunk scenes, wearing steampunk costumes. If you like steampunk, this is a really fun book to get. Really interesting compositions. Very steampunk. This one is, sorry, let me just flip this around, orientation. Okay, so this one is Natural Wonders, a Patrick Ruby coloring book. So this one is very interesting, as you can see from the cover. This is what the illustrations look like. And I don't know if I thought that this was my cup of tea, but I thought it was really interesting and that it might be a really cool, fun book to color. So very simplistic, made out of shapes. It's very shape driven, but I think this would afford you a lot of opportunities to shade and add different colors. You could add patterns if you wanted to. I think this would allow you to do lots of stuff. I have not colored any pictures in this book, but I definitely will. I just think it's really different and interesting, very modern. Like that one with the cats. I'll probably do that one. This is from the front cover. So just a very different type of coloring book. So this one is a book by Coco Wayo. This is Dresses. And these are all one-sided. The backs are black to help with bleed through. The paper is pretty thin, so if you want to use wet media, I think it would probably wrinkle the paper. You might want to gesso the pages first before you use wet media. That'll help it go down and help protect the paper from buckling and bubbling and whatnot if you use wet media. Just really pretty illustrations of all different kinds of dresses and different scenes. Lovely book. Okay, next I have the Frida Kahlo coloring book. This is a Color Crush coloring book. Love Frida Kahlo. She's one of my favorite artists. I can't say that I'm totally happy with the book, but I do like some of the illustrations. I'm not 100% in love with it, but basically you're coloring pictures of her and not her artworks. So I wasn't totally sure about that. I did not see a flip through, but I do think some of them are interesting. They're in different styles and points of seeing her, like in costume or just her head or her face. So not one of my favorites, but I probably will color some pages. So this is A Little Grim World. This is a grayscale book. Gorgeous, gorgeous, intricate, interesting, different types of illustrations. Some of them are horizontal, some are vertical. Very fantasy-like, very dream-like. I've not colored anything in this book yet, but I love this page. I'm definitely going to. If you're not into grayscale or not comfortable with it, I would say that this is not a great book to start with. It's very complex, lots of shading, lots of different shades of grays and blacks, but it's an absolutely gorgeous book. Here I started a little bit on here. So this one is called Art Masterpieces to Color. This is 60 Great Paintings from Botticelli to Picasso. So in the back you have the original artworks. I like this. You can see what they look like. So if you want to color them in the same way as the original artist, you can. And then it also gives you a little blurb about each artist and each painting, which I really like as well. So here are, and again, I really like these books because they allow you to color these great works of art that are absolutely gorgeous, that you would never be able to replicate if you just looked at the original painting. So these, here's Gustav Klimt, The Kiss, love that one, that you just would never be able to replicate on your own. So these give you a simplified version that you can color the same way as the artist or do your own interpretation. I really like these books. I have several of them that I showed in my previous videos. So this one is called Enchanted Creatures. This is by Grazia Salvo. So this one I think is about 8 by 8. So this has fairies in it. And butterfly, women with butterfly wings. Really lovely in Grazia's signature, very feminine, sweet style, like that book. This one, this one I bought because I absolutely love Daniel Craig in the James Bond books, and so I just decided I would buy this book. It was not that expensive. So this is from No Time to Die. They're all black on the back, and then they have various scenes from the book. I don't know if I think the illustrations are all that great, but I do think that in some of them they did capture Daniel Craig pretty well. Like, I think this definitely looks like him. This looks like him. I really like this scene with the car. So I don't know when I'll get to coloring this book, but it was more of a fad because I just like him and I love this movie and I liked him as James Bond. This one is Roses, adult coloring book. This was a gift from my sister. She got it on Amazon. So this has all different illustrations featuring roses. Love roses. So, and as you can see, these are by different illustrators. So they're not from one person. It's just a collection. Paper's pretty nice, not too thick. I think if you wanted to use a lot of wet stuff on there, you'd need to gesso it. And then the last one, phew, is the Grayscale and Underpainting Coloring Book Surreal Fantasy by Ikuko. So this is very dreamy, fantastical, whimsical illustrations. They are black. Some of them are black backed. Not all of them are. Love that one. So simple, but really cute. And then here we have second copies of them in white background. Really lovely. Really cool. I think this would be, if you're not into grayscale, or if you've never done it, I think this would be a good place, a good one to get. A lot of the pictures are not too overwhelming. Like this one, I don't think would be difficult to color at all. Some of the other ones are a little bit more detailed and have more shades of grays, but I think some of them would not be too overwhelming, where you could sort of get your feet wet in grayscale. So those are all of the coloring books that I own. I hope you enjoyed this video and the previous 2 videos. If you have not done so already, I would love it and appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. I'm a new channel just getting started, and so every like and subscribe matters. If you have any questions or comments about any of the books I showed, please put them down and I will respond to them. And if you've already subscribed to my channel, thank you again for doing so. And I hope you enjoyed this video. So take care, everyone. Be safe, be inspired, be creative, and be you. Bye-bye.